now. Hi, everyone. Debbie insists that we go live here.
This is Debbie. I'm here.
Yeah, now Debbie's going to go sit down.
Over by my computer.
You would not believe the setup we've got here. I've got laptops, lights, cameras, and no space to put anything. So we just hope this all comes together today. It would only take kicking out one table leg and this whole thing would end. Hope that doesn't happen. Can you hear us? I should ask. I hope I'm not just talking to the wind. All right. Sounds like they can hear us, Debbie.
I hope so. I'm not seeing too much feedback on it yet, but
the camera is rolling, yes. And your eyes don't deceive you. This is a cream-colored mat here. It's something we're playing with. So I would have preferred something whiter, but Debbie said all the white stones will show up better. And we've got our new doozy dolls out here on display. We did that for you, Minky.
These have two different Halloween dolls. They look like little witches, one with black hair, one with purple hair. And in between the two is our Autumn doozy doll. These kits will be available on sale on the website at some point today. They're not there yet, but we have everything we need to load them. So.
Yeah, there's the picture. Yeah, Debbie thought that I had loaded them on the website. I had thought that Debbie had loaded them on the website. Just for your information, it was Debbie who was supposed to have loaded them on the website. I am just innocent, and it wasn't my fault. But anyway, these are the doozies. And we're going to, anyone orders the doozies before we ship out the packages, we'll probably refund the shipping on those. We'll just put them into the packages that,
if you win
out.
An auction and we have to ship your auction stones, those auctions today are going to have free shipping. That's not something you can always count on with every auction, but the auctions have been going really well, and so we can offer the free shipping on the auctions. If you order any of the doozy dolls, I'll fit them in with your auction packages and we'll refund back the shipping that the website will charge you.
Yeah, Rosie, we haven't started yet. Well, we've started, we just haven't started any of the bidding. Debbie gets too excited. So we came on a little early. We were running the trailer without the sound, for those of you who get offended by the sound going on and on and on. It's a real earwig. I've had that music in my head ever since we put up the Meet the Orphans video.
Christy, the cauldrons don't come with the little witches because they won't fit.
They're huge.
They're too big and they make the envelope too bulky. If I had a way to get them to you, then I would have loved to have included them. But the brooms and the hats do. They come with the kits. So.
Yeah, I'd love to ship these cauldrons out because they take up a lot of space. But anyway, let's give it. It's not quite time yet.
Just real quick, before we get started on the auction.
And we'll repeat this later on.
There is a problem with lag. It's amazing because my computer is sitting next to Steve, and right now we're showing about a 4 or 5 second lag just between our two computers. One thing that's really important is that you refresh your screen periodically. But even more than that, you know the little bar that you can pull across when watching a video? When it's live, that bar ends in kind of a dot. Make sure that is all the way to the right, because if it's even just a fraction of an inch back, that's even more seconds of lag. So if you think you're lagging and missing out on the bidding, if your bids are coming in just too late, just double check and make sure you've pulled that. I hope I'm making sense, that you've pulled that dot all the way to the end, because that's the only way that you're in live sync.
Okay, and I think you've got someone who wants to talk to you at the door, Debbie.
Okay, I'll be back in just a minute.
When you hand me the mic, I'll talk for a second. Let's see, a couple little things for those of you who haven't been here before, and I've seen at least one person come on that I didn't recognize. The things are going to be a little bit different today because we really wanted to do a Halloween tween, and we decided to combine that with the auction. And so those who attended the last auction, we had some packages where we had one box. Oops, Debbie's back. We had you know, the same add-on bag for several stones, and we're going to be doing that several times today, where we have the same stones. And I will tell you this is the biggest accessory bag or add-on bag or dress-up bag that we have ever had. It was so big that we can't fit the orphan into the bag. This is going to be like a tween box with the amount here. We're estimating the value on these. Of course, each one's a little different, but the value on these is probably up in the $50 range, and we're going to be charging $15 for the add-on bags today. But the bidding will start at $1 increments at least. The add-on bag is optional. We will assume that you're going to take it. I think since we started doing this almost a year ago, we've never had anyone not take the bag.
But we've never had multiples of the same bag. So if you won 2 orphans in the same set but only wanted one bag, this allows you to have the option to do that.
Of course, I would probably take the bag anyway. But anyway, there are 2 different sets. This is we call it a double header or a double theme. We have a Halloween theme. I'm going to move the doozies out of the way. And we have 2 different sets. We have a Halloween set, and then we have an autumn set. Within the autumn set, there will be no Halloween things. Within the Halloween bag, there might be a few autumn things, Debbie tells me.
Well, but there are some things that are not Halloween. They're not the autumn things, but they're not. They're like, black round onyx stones. Yeah. That's not necessarily Halloween.
But it's like we might have pumpkins, over here in the autumn. Over in the Halloween, we'd probably have jack-o'-lanterns.
Right.
So just be aware. And now I can't remember where I got these 2 bags. So we're going to probably mix it up anyway. Each one of the orphans, of course, will come with the adoption certificate. And then there will be an inventory sheet, which I can show you right now. Before, the inventory sheet was this big. Today, it is this big, which is going to really change things up a little bit. We hope we can get this done as quickly as possible.
The auction timer has been reset. Last time when we did this, we were doing them as 60-second auctions. This time we're going to go to 90, so you'll be able to breathe a little easier.
I'll be able to breathe a little easier.
So the timers will be 90-second timers, not 60 seconds. We hope that helps a little bit. The other thing, and this one's really important, Colleen and us do the very best we can to announce the winner of the bid, but because of lag issues, that can get kind of screwy. I want everybody to know that when YouTube posts the post live feed and the chat comes back up for us, I go through this and I check every single auction. I watch that timer hit 1 second, 0, and I look at who the high bid is. And I will do that with every auction. Now, if I catch a misannouncement and there was supposed to be somebody else that won that auction, I will contact that person and we will work out a custom orphan and a custom bag. I'll make sure that you're happy as you would have been if we had made a correct call.
Yeah, we've had Colleen watching, and she usually does like a screenshot or something of the winner. And like I said, we've really only seen one that was questionable. And if anyone had any complaints at all, he's been contacting him. And there's probably several of you here today that have been part of that. and she tries to make it good. So the idea is to have fun, not to worry about things too much. You know, if you feel you've been wrong, that the bidding didn't go, you know, a certain way, you know, just let us know afterwards and we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it right now. But taking care of making sure that your screen is up to date and refreshed will help quite a bit. We've had people in the past that didn't realize that they were, you know, several minutes behind, because if someone comes in right now and goes to the start, they're seeing that trailer running. You want to make sure that you've pulled the feed all the way over to the side so that it is live. And it looks like we only have a 4-second lag right now, 4 or 5 seconds, and we try to keep track of that. Debbie's on the lag. I've got a separate screen up here that shows the lag, so we just want to be as fair as possible.
Christy, we don't have specifically any second chances.
Nope.
Because every one of these auctions are being done as sets. There are duplicate bags, 5 or 6 bags that are identical, because there's 5 or 6 stones in the set that matches that bag. So that's like second auctions, yeah, almost. But
this is an experiment. We're doing this a little bit differently today. Like I said earlier, we really wanted to do a tween, but we're going to do this instead. And we probably will do something different next time. We may bring back second and third chances. We'll have individual stones again. I haven't seen Becky Foster come on.
Yeah, she's here.
She's here. Becky, there's no pink today. I tried. I really tried, but they're just...
There are some very subtle peachy pink shades in with some of the autumn stones.
I will resin a black onyx pink for you if necessary. But this is the first time, because we're doing sets and we're doing a theme, you may not see some of the more bizarre stones that we've had in the past.
There's not too much blue. There's, like I said, this is Halloween. You're looking at blacks, reds, purples. And the autumn, you're looking at reds, oranges, yellow, gold, green, a lot of beige and tan in there.
We have purple, Christy. There is. Purple we can do. Okay, anyone have any questions?
Let's get going if there's no questions.
Give you just a second, I'll catch up. All right, let's start with the first set, which is a Halloween set. We're going to be alternating sets. We will start with a Halloween set, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything that is in the bag, and then we'll bring out the stones and we'll start the timer and do the bidding.
And there are 6 stones in this that will be connected to this first bag.
All right, so no timer. This bag has 8mm onyx rounds. There are 20 of them, and there are also 8mm hematite rounds. And we might have to do a little camera adjusting. There are 6mm hematites. I know there are some. There they are. There are the 6mm onyx rounds, and there are 4mm onyx rounds. And these are real high quality. They have a nice finish. Same with the hematite. You know, these really glow. And let's see what else I've got in here. We've got some hematite. Let me dump this out so I can get to everything. We've got these resin roses. There are 8 of those. Probably should bring those up so you can see them.
These are beautiful carved roses. They're about 12mm in size. They are kind of back drilled. They're drilled through the back. But they're just beautiful 3-dimensional rose.
And then we've got some hematite. This is a graduated spear, but these are really nice. And they go up to, well, there's 13 of them in there, and it looks like they're up to about 25mm or an inch. And we've got some black bicone crystals. There are 35 of these in the set.
4mm in size.
And
they're the jet. Back. black jet.
We have some black briolettes. These are 12 by 6 millimeter. There are 25 of those. We'll set those up here. And then we've got some 2 whole half Tilas. This is a complete strand. And these are in a beautiful glossy, is this just a black? No, I guess it's a hematite, a dark hematite.
That's a hematite. That's a full strand. They're somewhere in the neighborhood of 170. They are the same size as your half Tilas, but they are not Miyuki. They're just a hematite.
And then we've got a bag of shapes. And there are a lot of shapes in here. You've got one focal that is a 34 by 12 millimeter tube that is carved. I hope I can fit everything in here. We have some black vein jasper rectangles. There are 4 of those. We have some black lava rock diagonal cut cubes. I think they call these, what, a diamond? Diamond cut and drilled. Or dice, yes, call them dice. We have 10 13 by 4 millimeter jasper tubes. These are in a black. And then there are 8 millimeter black onyx fauceted coins. I think these are, I love these. And then there are 8 millimeter hematite stars. There are 8 of those. You can see one of those there. Let's see if I can fit these all right here. This is going to be a disaster to clean up afterwards. I'll tell you right that. All right, then we have a bag here. And this first time I'm going to show you everything that's in the bag. Let me grab a little tray here. These are 2-hole gem duos. There's 50 of them. And then we have a bag of, call these, Debbie, charms.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different charms in here. I'm going to grab another tray. Kind of a Halloween theme. We've got witches' hats. We've got pumpkins. There's a little skull there, I think. There's a little ghost, a haunted house. Anyway, there's a set of charms.
The jack-o'-lantern is cubic zirconian on 18-karat gold.
That's the
plated brass.
That's the gold pumpkin there. Anyway, a bag of charms. There's one of the tubes. We do have a set of glass skulls. I'll leave these in the bag for right now. What size are these?
Kind of a crystal, AB finish on a clear or AB finish on an orange.
And then we have a findings bag. There are 36 inches of chain in the findings bag. There's a pinch bell, jump rings, and a lobster clasp. All of them in the black gunmetal. And it sounds like Debbie's over there building a house.
We have somebody working in the yard, so you might hear some clanging going on. But yeah, all of your Halloween bags will have the same findings bag, a yard of chain, a pinch bell, lobster clasp, and jump rings. All of the autumn ones will have it, but it'll be in gold, where the Halloween ones are in gunmetal.
Trying to bring this all into here. And then we have a bag with some carved jack-o'-lanterns. I believe these are a Mashon jade. And then there's a couple of these peaked squares. There are 2 of those that are 18 millimeters. These are double drilled.
Yeah, they're black. They are a check. They're from old stock. What are they, about 14 millimeter?
18.
No, they should only be about 14.
Well, you've written down 18. So, but you're right. They look like they could be 16, Debbie.
They might be 16. The pumpkins are 15.
And then we have a couple of little novelty things here. We have candy corn.
We wanted to send everybody a treat, and I thought about doing the candy corn because it's a harvest. It's not just a Halloween treat. It also works for autumn and harvesting. But then we decided that sending food wasn't probably a practical idea. And I saw these little candy corn, I guess they're cabochons because they're not drilled.
Well, they're just a stone.
And one of my grandkids saw the package sitting there and asked, "Grandma, can I have some of those?" thinking that that was the real candy. They look so real.
Just to give you an idea here, Debbie just quickly drilled the top, put in an eye post, eye pin, and made earrings out of them. They also could be wrapped. You could glue them on. You can fool your grandkids or kids, whatever you need to do.
But every single bag will have the candy corn in them, whether it's autumn or Halloween. It's a freebie. It wasn't added into the cost of the bag. It's our treat. Yep.
Then the other thing, and Debbie tells me that's not a Halloween thing, that she eats candy corn for Thanksgiving, yes. Then the other thing is we've got this bag, which is kind of a kit, which is buttons. In the case of the Halloween, they are black buttons. And then there are ear wires and there are jump rings. And the idea, I'll set it here in the middle, is they can be made into earrings. And the autumn bags will have a white set with these. Do they all have the dragonfly charms?
Well, no,
they'll have a different charm.
They can put
each one will have a
they
charm.
want on it.
And so we'll set these over here for right now. And then there's a black set with Halloween charms. And it's just going to be made. And I believe, is there a tutorial on this?
No.
Well,
if you can't figure it out, let me know. All you do is stick the jump rings into the buttonholes and add an ear wire or charms.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
I mean, this could be a 30-second video, I guess.
All right, so that's what's in the bag, and it took us less than a half an hour, thank goodness. And so let's talk about the stones that we've got in here. And we are going to start out with...
Start your timer.
I will. Black sardonic swish. And so the bidding will start as soon as I find my mouse. And there goes the timer. Okay, this is black sardonic swish. Size is 48 by 26 by 6. Her name is Layla, which is an Arabic origin, means dark beauty or night. I'm going to set that right there. Sardonyx, normally the word sard means color, but some people and vendors started calling the black banded onyx sardonyx, and so it's just the way they say it. In ancient Rome, sardonyx was very popular and used to create cameos, which I have a cameo ring from my father that I still occasionally wear, but it's easy to carve. It shows up in scenes, in portraits. They were highly prized. They symbolize wealth, power, and status. It's interesting that a stone that we tend to think of as a little more common today could become, that valuable. It's associated with discipline, protection, personal power. It embodies desires and aids in manifestation. This one is fun just because of the fun shape, the swish shape. Not Swiss, it's swish.
Swish,
Swish
like your
shape.
Nike swish.
Like swish, yes. I call them lazy eye drop or teardrops. But anyway, that's your stone. And let's see, we've got 3, 2, 1, and the bidding is finished on that one. And I'm going to start putting things away.
No, you have to put the other stones with this.
I know.
Set. Oh.
I'm going to go to the next stone. I didn't mean putting things away. I was just to freak Debbie out.
I'm easily freaked out, I think.
Yes, Debbie is.
All right, Carrie Moore won that at $34. Congratulations, Carrie.
All right, we're going to start the next one. And this is a druzy agate teardrop. And let's get the timer going. There we go. Having technical difficulties. All right, this is Blankeny, which is an English name meaning pale skin, dark-haired beauty. So pale skin, dark-haired beauty. Debbie's come to start calling this our tuxedo stone. But you've got this creamy white druzy over on the side, 46 millimeters by 31. It's the druzy stones. It's like looking at a little universe, or a scene from, from a Hubble photograph. And you can imagine the time and effort that's involved in causing this little gemstone to come here. And this is one of those things that occurs over a long period of time, because the druzy agate is created over a slow and a long patient process that can take millions of years. And it involves water seeping into the stone and bringing minerals with it, which can change the colors. Now, one thing I will say, are you waving at me, Debbie? Oh, okay, I'll wave back. Anyway, it's a very popular stone among many different cultures. But the thing I find interesting is that with this black onyx, it's not transparent like most agates, but it can be translucent. And the colors from the translucency can be anywhere from blacks and grays to even, some warmer shades. Bidding is done.
This is a pretty stone. I called him Tux until I came up with the name for it.
Okay, do we have a winner on that one?
Ursula at 47.
Yep, it's a tuxedo, Becky. All right.
Congratulations,
yes.
Ursula.
And next one this is one I'd set aside for me, Debbie. Oh, well, this is a cab. Okay, so this is not drilled, but I love wrapping. It's a banded agate oval, and it's Rajani, which is an Indian name meaning dark and beautiful night. And this definitely gives you the idea of a dark and beautiful night with these high clouds. And the banded agates were known as layered agate or the earth rainbow, because sometimes they can come in different colors as well. But this one kind of has an onyx type translucency to it.
And if I remember, it'll have a pinch bell instead of or a glue-on bell instead of a pinch bell.
And we need to start the timer. Okay, you get extra time to bid on this one.
Well, they've been bidding.
I know. Maybe I should cut it down to a minute. Anyway, banded agates, again, these go back several thousand years, and relics from ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Rome, Egypt, all had this banded agate. And you can see why. It polished up easily. It was fairly easy for the early artisans to work. I mean, you look at what we do with modern equipment today, and you've got to wonder how they worked with this anciently in order to make the stones that you can see in museums today. But I especially like the light-colored silicate, which causes these bands to form in here. And what's the difference between a striped agate and a banded agate, Debbie?
Nothing.
Oh.
they're both a layered agate. It's just...
I thought the stripes were more uniform.
It's just these gemstones go by lots of names. And in this case, your black sardonyx, black banded agate, striped agate, they all represent the same stone.
Okay.
And it's a layered stone. It means it's not dyed. Onyx is usually always dyed to get the solid black, but your sardonyx, your stripe, and your banded agates are not dyed. These are natural colors. So. Okay,
and it looks like our lag is extended out a little bit, Debbie, but the bidding is over. But we'll give everyone just a second. And then we will find out who won this little beauty.
This is a pretty stone.
I'd love to wrap this one. This is a 30 by 40, which is probably the largest of the cabs that I like to wrap. I didn't show the back on that one.
Colleen had a lag issue, so it might take her a minute.
Yeah, we had some lag on that one. I apologize to everybody. It'll catch up eventually.
Okay, she's announcing Ellen Wilkerson won that at $40. Congratulations, okay. Ellen.
All right, here comes the next one, which is a heart. Come on, get the timer going. All right, this is a Layla. It's a druzy agate heart. Again, we've got the druzy in there, but it's kind of a wild river pattern with the druzy in there. But a Layla is the name, and it's Arabic meaning night beauty. Getting a kind of a nighttime theme here, Debbie. I guess it's
black stones.
and it's Halloween, isn't it? You know, a lot of cultures felt that that these druzy agates could help you to stay patient, persistent during tough times. And it's a heart too, so it has all the features of a heart as well. The druzy agates symbolize light, radiance, inner strength, and balance. And I think it's because of the sparkle.
Yeah, the druzys will sparkle when the light moves over them.
And this one has, you know, a little bit of that brown that I was telling you about that can happen on even the black stones. So anyway, I'm running out of things to say. The mini universe, time and effort. It's a gem for those facing challenges through difficult situations. You know, stay calm, stay focused. You used to see a lot of people that carried worry stones, and the agates, particularly the druzy agates, because they were so pretty, were a popular worry stone in the Orient, particularly with women. So 1-0, we are finished. And like I said, it looks like we're at about a 10-second lag right now. But we've got a good connection still. Let's set that over here. We got a winner on that, Colleen.
Gina Sherman at $30. Gina, this is a beautiful stone. This is one of those that I think looks better when you're holding it in your hand than what a computer screen will show. I think you'll be happy with this one.
All right, we'll start the timer. And this is a carved geode agate flower. Okay, and it's drilled, I think, top to bottom.
No, it's drilled through.
There it is. There's the drill hole right there. I couldn't find it. I love the druzy on this. By the way, her name is Astrea, which is Latin. It means starry night or star maiden. This is definitely a star maiden. And you've got
look like a nebula running through there.
Yeah, I was going to say you've got the nebulous look in there, and you can feel it.
Yeah, this is a geode. You can actually feel the crystals.
It runs all the way through to the back, though it's solid. You can't feel on the back, but you can in the front. This is one of those cases where the artisan who put this together made a decision, and I think he did a good job, because you've got this. This is a sparkly night.
It's not real big. What's the size on her?
This is 34 by 35, so basically 35, and it's 7.5 millimeters thick, which is a really good size to work with. It's not going to be too heavy, but
not too fragile. It's going to be a great stone.
This reminds me of something that you would see through night sky through a telescope. We've done that. We have a lot of dark sky sites around here, and you go out and you can see Andromeda. Not from our house anymore. Our town's grown too much and there's too much light. But anyway, beautiful stone. And we're through bidding. Bidding is finished. But we do have one more stone.
So that's 5 stones with this dress-up bag.
But we do have a 6th.
But we have one more.
Yep, and I'm going to show it to you while we're waiting to find out who won.
Melanie won that at 41. Congratulations, Melanie.
All right. We will start the timer for this next one, whose name is Leilani, which is a Philippine name meaning beautiful night. And this is another druzy agate teardrop. Unlike the druzy agate teardrop we had earlier, which we considered a tuxedo, this one is much more translucent, almost transparent in places. The Druzy River that runs down here through the middle, you can actually almost see through it. And then another section over here, and then you have the little ridges and then the stripes over on the side. This is a beautiful stone, 46 millimeters long, 30 millimeters wide, 7 millimeters thick. And I always like to check the back, make sure everything looks good.
This is definitely a pattern in it. You don't ever see the same pattern again.
Yeah, I love putting them down here with the stones that are coming in the bag so you can see how it's going to go with it. And this would definitely be, you could make Morticia Adams jewelry out of this without any problem at all. I love the contrast between the black and the white, the yin, the yang. And it's why I like, onyxes and dark agates. And when you put it with the druzy, they can be just spectacular. This is one, even though it has the hole, I'd be tempted to wrap it as well. And I'm not sure, I probably wrap this in a copper because there's a little bit of brown in it.
And me, I do it in sterling silver.
You do it in sterling silver, but either way, I would definitely oxidize it and then preserve it. The bidding is up on that. And while we're deciding who's going to get that, I am going to clean this up because that ends our first stone.
Stone is going to Erlene's home. Erlene won that at 55.
Congratulations, Erlene.
That's a gorgeous stone.
And I apologize. I only briefly practiced. Wow. I was telling Debbie this is like an unboxing on each one of these 6 sets today.
There's probably at least enough beads in these bags to have made up half or more of one of our subscription boxes.
Well, and probably almost a full tween. So if anyone doesn't want their add-on bags,
let us know.
And we will let everyone else know, and because I'm sure
I have a list of people that have said if they don't take the dress-up bags, let me know. I'll take them. Well, I said so far we have never had someone not take the dress-up bag, but then we've never had duplicate bags like this before either. So it's all new.
All right. So here's the first autumn bag. Now, once we get these, once we've gone through these bags the first time, we won't open everything quite as much.
This one I'm calling the Harvest Red Set. It has an emphasis on your red shades.
Yeah, there's a lot of red in here, starting with 8mm rainbow jasper. I love rainbow jasper. It's got to be one of my favorite of all the jasper stones. It reminds me of peeled paint. And then there is also, what's this? It's a graduated strand
carnelian.
Of carnelian.
Carnelian.
You've got 10s, 8s, 6s, and 4s on this.
What makes this A grade is that they've culled the beads. If you're familiar with carnelian, you can know they go from white to a red quite often. When they cull them, they pick the shades so that they match.
They go together. They match them.
They match up the shades. So
this is 6mm rainbow jasper rounds. There are 25 of those. There were 20 of the 8s. And what else we've got lampwork glass, which has gotten fastened to something else. Permanently fastened.
Do you need help?
Well, all sorts probably.
Oh, there you go.
All right, these are lampwork twisted leaves. And you can see we got yellows, oranges, and reds. These are 17 by 14. There are 15 of them in this set. And then we've got some orange crystal discs, our famous crystal discs. These are 6 by 8, if I remember right. They're A grade. There are 20 of those. And then we have some orange cubes, ombre, excuse me. These are ombre cubes, 25 of those, 6mm. That's a big 6, by the way. And they have tons and tons of sparkle.
What it means is you're going from a really light tannish orange to deeper oranges. That's what the ombre means.
And then we have orange crystal rice with an AB finish. These are 6 by 4. Oh, where to begin? Let's do the easy ones. I showed you the buttons and the earring kit. They're in white. And then candy corns, fool your kids. These are everlasting, the gobstoppers. We have the findings bag in gold with 36 inches or a yard of chain, jump rings, pinch bell, and a clasp. And all right, let's get the fun. Oh yeah, we've got the gem duos. 50 of those in kind of, they call it chalk lava red. And
all of the bags have gem duos.
do they?
I love, it's my favorite two-hole shape is to work with is the gem duo. So I'm sharing from my stash.
And we have 2 different bags of charms here. We have some large charms. These are mushrooms, I believe. And I'm going to put them in here, and of course they all went face down.
I don't think a mushroom is a Halloween theme. At least I hope not.
Yes, mushrooms are. Anyway, you've got some charms that range in size from like 22 millimeter on down.
They're either enameled metal or you've got CZs.
I was going to say,
tiny ones.
this little one here has a CZ on it.
Crystal pave CZ on 18 karat gold plating, and it's over brass.
And it has a jump ring on it as well. So that's one set. And then we have a set of more traditional charms. Oh, it's autumn leaves. Okay, you can have your own leaf garden. You can go out and you can rake your leaves off of your Zen garden, I guess. And then we have some lampwork beads. Oh my heavens, we've got ladybugs. And what are these other ones?
I call them just a bumpy.
They are bumpy.
Kind of a bumpy round, because you can see what I mean. But they are handmade I've made lampwork beads before, and it's quite a process to make a bead like this.
I usually lose I lose eyebrows and all the hair on my arms when I do it. So we'll set those over there, and then we have the gem bag. I saved this for last. We've got a 24 by 17 mosh on jade oval buried down here somewhere. And then we've got 2 carnelian teardrops right there and right there. These are 14 by 10. The mosh on jade oval over here is 24 by 7. There's 6 of those. And then 8 millimeter faceted onyx coins. And I've got to bring this one up here because they are sparkly. There's your onyx coins. And so let's pile all that over here on the side. And let's bring out the first of the orphans. And we'll start out with a red jasper coin. Let's get the hole up here right. All right, red jasper coin. This is Jorah, which is a Hebrew name meaning autumn rain, which is a beautiful name. But the finish on this is great. It's 43 millimeters. Start the timer. Oh, heavens. I'm sorry, people. There we go. All right, red jasper coin. In Rome, jasper was closely related to Bona Dea, who was the goddess of fertility and chastity. Let's see the back on that too. This finish down here is just fascinating to me, how that is. In myths and legends of the Nordic people, it was said that the pommel, the end stone on the sword of Siegfried, the invincible dragon slayer hero, was inlaid with red jasper stone. It was a symbol of courage, and of course it was considered to have healing properties as well. A lot of ancient groups considered it a sacred stone, a natural healing stone that amounts to courage and wisdom. So it was a talisman for warriors. They carried it for protection. Was it the red jasper that they felt was the blood of the gods?
Yeah, well, in your medieval times, there's one legend that says the blood of Christ that fell from his body at the time he was crucified onto the stones and rocks below turned him to red jasper. And that's one of the legends of where red jasper comes from.
Yeah, in Egypt it was, the stone was associated with the god Isis, which was the god of the dead. It was carved into amulets and buried with people. American Indians used it for ceremonial purposes. It was used as an offering during rain-making ceremonies, and we are done.
We don't need to make rain,
no.
Especially if you're in Tennessee.
No. They've had their reign. So, do we have a winner on that one?
I'm sure we will in just a short time here.
Well, while we're waiting for a winner, I will show you the next stone, which is a rainbow jasper teardrop. Rainbow jasper's got to be.
Ursula at 35.
Congratulations, Ursula. I will start the timer and we will all meet Teresa. I believe this is Teresa or Teresa, which is a Greek name meaning harvester. It's 50 millimeters, so it's a little on the long side, but teardrops never look as big as other stones.
Still under 2 inches.
Yeah, 34 millimeters wide, nice width, 6.5 millimeters. But it was considered to be a stone of joy, hope, and optimism. Of all of the jaspers, I think the rainbow jasper is my favorite, just because of the finish and the polish on them, and some of them look like splotched or peeling paint to me.
Well, the white that you see down here is actually a druzy.
It's in between.
And that's really rare to find druzy in a jasper. It does exist. I have a few. But
well, a jasper is just a cousin to the agate. They're both chalcedony, so they can have a lot of similar features.
Find it very often, so there's just little touches of white druzy in this rainbow jasper.
But it is considered to be a true jasper, which they call a lot of things jaspers that maybe aren't. But it's got the finely divided minerals, the patterns, it's got the swirls of color, it's got the microcrystalline quartz in it, which just makes for a very beautiful stone.
And again, they're natural. It is unfortunate when they take the time to dye a jasper. Jaspers don't need dyeing. Their colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, this is the one that the Anasazi Indians used to make arrowheads.
Oh yeah, we have some of those in this area.
Yeah, well, we have Anasazi. We don't have many arrowheads anymore. Timer is up. We will set Teresa aside. And I will bring out the next stone while we're waiting to see who won.
Sharon. Congratulations, Sharon.
All right, the next stone is a red jasper heart. And we're starting the timer again. This is Radley, which is just kind of a fun name. English name means red meadow or red clearing. So it can either be a meadow or it can be cleared. Anyway, it's 41 by 44. I love my hearts to be a little wider than they are high. The back on that, you just see this wonderful striped pattern. So it kind of reminds you of an opaque agate, but this is a jasper. What do we got here? The red jasper was known as the dragon slayer during the Middle Ages. It was associated with dragons, but in particular with those who went out and slayed dragons, which was probably a really risky profession, maybe not. In the breastplate of Aaron in the Old Testament, it was speculated that it was red jasper and not ruby, which was one of the 12 stones that was on his breastplate, which made sense since each of the stones had one of the tribes of Israel carved into it. It's a lot easier to carve jasper than ruby. Let's see, where do we got? Rainmaking rituals are associated with the red jasper, but also with water dowsers. You know, the water witchers would carry with them a red jasper because they felt that it would lead them to water. And it was thought that it increased the sensitivity among the Native Americans, increased sensitivity to the earth. Time is up, and our lag has improved a little bit, people. But I am going to set Radley aside. And while we wait to find out who won, we will get the next one up here.
Ursula, you won that one at $40.
All right, our next stone is a teardrop. And this is a crazy lace agate. And this is 50 millimeters again by 34. The name is Ginger. Both English and Latin origins. I always associate it with the spice, but the word means maiden. And also it's associated with a reddish brown color. I just I love crazy lace agates, particularly Mexican crazy lace.
Okay. Again, this is all natural.
Yeah.
It's easy to see that.
It hasn't been dyed. But this one in particular has lots of swirls and patterns. Reminds me of a topographical map. Crazy lace is found all over the world, but the best specimens come from northern Mexico, like the Chihuahua region. And it just looks like something that, you know, a wild artist would paint, but it is all natural stone. It's found in limestone that goes way back to the Cretaceous area, and so it has a fun history. And its geological forces take the banding, which you see in a lot of agates, and because of the seismic activity, it pushes it around while it's forming. And so you get these fun patterns. Like I says in this one, we always like to look at the stones and decide, you know, how did the artisan, how did they choose the side that they went with? And in this particular case, he had it easy because either side would have worked just fine. The timer is up. That goes beautifully with all of those other stones, I think. But we will set Ginger aside, and I will bring out our next stone while we wait to find out who comes. Oh, gosh. Wow, this one's name is Maple. Wonder where that came from.
Wait just a second.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm just going to let people look.
Colleen says she's got to go to her screenshot to see who won that last one.
Oh, photo finish.
That is an amazing crazy lace agate. Again, that's one of the stones that look a little bit better when you are holding it in your hand. Computer screens, they make them flat, so you lose some of the impact. All right, she has Ellen at $60.
All right. Our next stone is named Maple. You may guess why. It's a carved stone. Those of you who collect carved stones, this one's a great one. And this is a red agate. Name is Maple, which is an old English name associated with the maple tree. Funny that. And because it's fall. And I swear they're tearing down the backside of the house out there, Debbie. I don't know if you at home.
Clanging.
Anyway, it's drilled through the top, but I would be tempted to wrap it and bring it up this way, but you can do either one. In Greek mythology, the agate stones were associated with Gaia, the goddess of the earth. Roman mythology, it was Aurora, the goddess of the dawn. And you can see why, just because of the glowing colors. That's the thing about, you know, true agates is they just, to me, they glow. The Babylonians used eye agates for protection against evil. And the ancient Egyptians believed agates protected against lightning. And those of you on the East Coast today probably could have used a little bit of agate. It also can provide happy dreams if placed at the head of the bed. There's the back side. We'll set it down here. And look how that goes with those orange stones here, and particularly the little leaves and the others that are here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are through bidding on this one. Fun stone.
Let's see, we have one more in this set.
Yep, there's one more.
Valerie, you won that one at 46. Congratulations.
Okay, and this is one of the most interesting ones in this set. We're going to start the timer because looking at this, I wouldn't have initially guessed that this is a crazy lace agate, because crazy lace agates tend to be pretty much opaque unless there's a druzy. Translucency to it. And anyway, the name is Aki, a Japanese name meaning autumn or crystal. In this case, it's an autumn crystal, I guess. 52 millimeters. This might be the largest stone
Probably
of
2
our
inches.
set. Yeah, almost right out
Not
there.
quite. I think
38
55
wide.
is- yeah.
But you can see the crazy lace pattern in here. It's just a more translucent stone. It's just totally unique. I hadn't seen one like this.
Too bad we can't backlight it for you. This is one where backlighting would show through the stone, showing you the transparent portions.
But again, it goes really well with all of the stones that Debbie curated here. The crazy lace is referred to by a couple other names, the laughter stone or happy lace, and I can see where the happy lace would come in. This one is just, it's unique. It's considered a companion stone, one that you would carry with you to protect you against emotional, physical, mental, spiritual enemies. It's said to be able to get rid of stress and tension, and it serves as a reminder of how it feels to be loved, comforted. Very warm stone. And the bidding is finished on this one. And I'm going to take just a minute to try to clear everything up here and get ready for the next set, which is a Halloween set. We're actually not doing too horrible on time, Debbie. Let's concur. Connect in a minute.
What do you think's caused it? We're not having storms.